Salutations! And good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening, wherever you find yourself orientated within this universe. Our name is Ultrasonic Blur. Welcome back to another data stream. We hope that you find yourselves well, and if not, we hope whatever ails you is easily and quickly dealt with. And if not, then we hope that just being here is something that can help while away some of that time you have. Last time, well, oh boy, last time. What happened last time? Well, that's a good question. Last time, we went through and made sure that we weren't found innocent, we were found innocent of murder, and then we had the whole, hey, here's someone else who's potentially guilty of murder, and it's like, oh great, well, let's try and hope that they're not. Then we went through a whole thing of it could be the security guard, and we were like, yeah, it's like, we'll definitely make sure it's the security guard, and then they immediately took her and were like, no, it definitely can't be her, so we may have accidentally, look, okay, no one needs to remind it, we may have accidentally implicated a woman who was definitely innocent, but that bought us enough time to try and get some more evidence. And then we were like, oh, there was a kid here on that day. And that was great, because we're like, well, the kids probably saw something. That'd be great. The kid's now turning around and saying that he saw the Steel Samurai do the killing thing, which that's really not great for us in the slightest. So yeah, that wouldn't be so bad if Gumshoe might have overheard the whole thing and was like, well, we should probably bring him into the station for questioning. So now we have to deal with that. Oh boy, that's not gonna go well for us, is it? The answer is probably not, but hey, here we are, so, you know, that's what we'll be dealing with for the foreseeable future. Speaking of that foreseeable future, let's go ahead and bring things over where they need to be. So that all works, yes! Yeah. Oh, trying to juggle this stuff in your consciousness is not easy. Yeah. It's always weird. You feel like you need... We don't know how to describe it. You'd say you'd need more hands to be able to do things with. It's like mental hands. Either way, we, yeah. A bit tingly that time. Yeah. It's kind of like spinning plates a lot, but doing it with your mind. And also, as well, the plates you're thinking are there, and you have to think of them spinning. It's weird. It's... Never mind. Let's just get back to the courtroom where things are simpler. Well, simpler. Oh, hi, Mr. Powers. Don't worry, things are gonna go fine today.
Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Why do you look so unhappy?
Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? No, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. Ugh, this is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. The only thing we can think is the current assumption we have is, or the current question we had is who is in the suit. It has to be someone who knew that there was, that was there. So the only other possible option you could argue is salmonella. But, we don't know yet. It's that and the number of pictures taken. We're not sure quite why there was only two. There should still be one taken of Mr. Mr. Hammer going there, but we'll find out.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving that they had nothing to do with the murder.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession?
How R00D can J00 get? J00 don't know me. I'm the director, Salmonella. I make the Steel Samurai and OOB ROFL. Salmonella, I'm a director, television.
Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. Yeah, well, there's not much choice in that matter. Either he knows something, or we're screwed.
I was at the studio from around 9 in that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I heard that everyone else ate lunch at the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 o'clock. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at the time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, the best we can do right now is just press him for more information, it seems like. Is that when you always come into work? Phoenix, for the love of God. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have pressed this, but it doesn't matter.
Oh no, I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way.
Yeah, I know all about you and the freaks in your industry.
Still, FWIW, I was pretty busy that day, all that day.
Tell us more about that. During the morning, you're doing an action scene run-through. In the employee area.
That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate.
Was anyone else at the run-through?
Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. LOL. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it.
Oh, she certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else?
Nope, just us four.
Took a lot more time than I thought it would. Could you elaborate more on this, please? Why did it go on so long?
I'm pretty sure J00V've heard about it already. But WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see?
Alright, thus the limp.
Which of course led to me missing my lunch, ROFS.
ROFS? Rolling on the floor, starving? I heard that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. What exactly did they have for lunch?
T-bone steak. The assistant cooked some up.
Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. but you had a meeting in there, so you skipped lunch. What route did you take to get there? So in the end, you didn't get to eat.
Yeah, no steak at least. Can't you believe it?
I think that's what he's trying to go for. We're not sure. That's the only thing, because if, like, J00 doesn't make a lot of sense. That must have been tough. Phoenix? Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? It's a little bit vague. Actually, there is something bothering me. Mr. Manella, just now you said steak, at least. So you ate something other than steak?
Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket, which I used to starve off starvation.
I see. Is that all? I was sure I was onto something there. What do we have? Is there something there? Yeah. We did see some food plates there. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella?
What did you want?
When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there?
No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all.
A T-bone steak, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean the assistant went to all the trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later.
Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspect as much. So, when exactly did you eat?
We took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then.
A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more.
We're in the meeting until around 4.
What were you discussing?
The Steel Samurai story in our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can't you believe it?
Actually, I kinda can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting?
I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
You did. You didn't take a single break.
Well, yeah, not a one.
What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder. Wait a second! Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself! Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break?
ROFL!
Well?
Mr. Manella, what's this all about?
Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job! If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please.
Uh-oh. Hedgeworth is laughing. Oh, this is not good. How long? When was the break? How long was the break?
Yeah. FWIW, we took a break, ROFL. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, LOL. That's only enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me.
Well, I don't think it would be even enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
Right. We took a break. What time exactly did you take this break?
I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:15.
2:30? That's the time of death! So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. Edgeworth doesn't think so. It was only 15 minutes. Don't care about the base 13. What were you doing for those 15 minutes?
Eating my T-bone steak. What else?
There were 2 plates on that table.
Oh, right. The other one was Diva Scares' plate.
Diva Scares, the producer? To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat.
Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol.
I'm not sure about that. And why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. Edgeworth, why are you objecting to this now? Every other question has been trying to solidify that question. You now just decided that it's not relevant to ask this one? Why? What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1?
If we claim it and claim it loud, then we have to back it up, but we can't back it up. But if we say that it's impossible, we've got to think this through. We can't claim that someone did it, because if they went to Studio 1, we know for a fact that there was something in the way as well. It's not possible. I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time. Haha! I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on that thin ice. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Miss Monkeyhead barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over? Yeah.
Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of that murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is the decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty.
Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence, a witness.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw the very moment the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
This isn't great. That's Cody. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before. Not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there really is.
What's gonna happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all.
You... Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. We've got to find something. Anything?
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worried that the defense might use, or might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Uh-oh. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange for a box for him to stand on?
Right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness?
What? Just because you're a grown-up doesn't mean you get to push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade.
I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, I mean, Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present. You were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident.
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
Right, Pops. You want me to tell you and Grams with the beard over there?
Just Mr. Edgeworth would be fine.
And I'm a bearded gentleman, thank you.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission, if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost?
Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring it with me wherever I go.
Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You'd better make a note of that in the court record. Yeah, if he had it, did he have any kind of photographic evidence?
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal, just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studio that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. I totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child.
This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. Great. I wanted to see the Steel Samurai just once. I want to check something. Always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. Okay. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh?
Course I do! I've taped every show! And I got all to the live and I go to all the live performances.
That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park?
Course, duh! My dad always takes me.
Poor dad.
I found a map on the internet and I went to the studio that day.
When did you go? What was the was that was that day the first time you've been to the studio?
Actually I've been a couple of times. I never managed to get there on a rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling.
Right. Please continue.
Chill, Pops, I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez.
You went through the woods off the path so the old lady wouldn't catch you. Off the path?
Yeah, you know how the studio's in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. Well, that's where I was.
I see.
Anyhow.
You were going for the studio, but you kind of got lost on the way for about 30 minutes. You got lost in the woods?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next?
When I came by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai?
Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside.
I see. What then?
It totally rocked right before my eyes. Out came the bad guy.
What sort of bad guy was it?
A guy. A person. Kinda tall. Skinny.
Are you sure it was a guy?
I don't know. It was kind of far away.
He's being awfully vague. Yeah. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. What happened to the bad guy?
Huh? Well, he kind of didn't move. Not a bit. Like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor.
Yes, I suppose he was. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot. If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera with you then?
No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time.
Really? I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home. Phoenix, remember he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm. Yeah, easy for you to say. Yeah, it's gotta be that last one. Yeah. Of course, it took him down. If I have my camera... It has to be the camera, right? Cody, what you just said now seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right?
Mr. Wright, a word with you.
Uh-oh. Was I putting on the pressure too much?
What is this digital camera contraption you are talking about?
It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that?
I see.
Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody?
What? Yes, so I have my camera, so what? You got a problem with that?
Yes, there is.
So, you did have a camera. And did you use this camera?
Why would I use it? I was busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching.
What I saw.
Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy and wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules.
Something's wrong here.
Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Yeah, you've been to all the live-action shows, though, so you always snap a picture when that happens, don't you? Yeah. Contains photo of every victory scene in every battle the Steel Samurai has won. Glued to the action or not, you know how to watch the camera at the same time. So why didn't you use it? He's getting to that. Relax and listen.
I didn't use it because I was too busy watching the real thing.
You were glued, you couldn't take your eyes off it. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't turn away, not even once.
No.
Okay then. Tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
So the bad guy attacked him first?
Yeah!
What sort of person was this bad guy?
I told you, a person! He was a person!
How was he dressed?
I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai.
I see. And what happened next?
Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules.
Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why?
Huh? What do you mean, why?
Why wasn't the bad guy moving?
Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice.
And how exactly did he do that?
How did he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that.
He's still being vague about this.
Wait, don't give me that look, Pops.
How should I play this? We have to press him harder here. Cody?
What?
Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action.
Yeah, so what?
Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He doesn't know how to use it. If he was planning to do it, he looks down, he glances down, tries to, he's like, oh, the final fight must be coming up. I need to look to the camera, turn it on, get it ready, bring it up. In that moment, he missed it. It's gotta be the camera. Your Honor, I have evidence.
Evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? He looked away because of this. Here's my proof.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too.
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the crucial moment? Because he was looking at his camera! He was trying to take a picture! Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Harkins testify once more.
Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And just about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world, kid. No photo? He looks distressed now. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. You're lying.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. No photo. Come on, there's gotta be something. Pops! For fuck's sake, Phoenix. Yeah, I call you Pops, you spiky-haired geezer! Geezer? I'm Mr. Edgeworth,
And I'm guessing I'm the bearded gentleman?
that's why I hate you grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious. Okay, off with the kid gloves. Testify, witness, testify! He'd just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah? Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely. So I held up my camera to take a picture. Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera has too many buttons! I couldn't figure it out! I tried to take a picture, I really tried! But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground, and the Steel Samurai! That's all that happened, yep. That's all? Yeah! I told you, I didn't take a picture! I would have, once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? I've got to press him hard. Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. Even if it wasn't the perfect moment, it's still a moment after the victory. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody! Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye? How do you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow! God, this feels great. Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody?
I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. You erased them? Yeah! Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony, though? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find what this kid's all about. Wait, he would have kept a picture. No, you would have taken a picture because it shows the victory scene in every battle. You would have kept one. Cody! Well, what? And every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. He's got them all. You don't miss one. A perfect collection. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would have just erased it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album?
It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures, the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day.
Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai has just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor. Wait. No, you didn't. No, wait, no way! Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? There's one possibility that we were thinking about with that. Look back to this picture as well. Look back to this. Remember how we were saying that there should be a photo of Hammers before this, heading to the Studio 1? Where was that? What if we made an assumption here? What if that is... Did he actually... Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to this court what is going on here. Why is there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photo he took?
The Steel Samurai didn't win. I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos.
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way! No! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! He never loses to anyone! Ever! Your Honor? The witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could have been defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth.
Order! I will have order! Witness! I mean, Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw!
Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down, then he didn't move.
Order!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently we have all made a serious error. An error? What is this all about? The Steel Samurai was the victim. If you understand what's really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jackhammer was the Steel Samurai. Yep.
Order! So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jackhammer?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jackhammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio One already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony?
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
She assumed that based on what she found out later. Mr. Jackhammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio One, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume.
But why would the victim do such a thing?
I don't know. I get it. I thought that Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. Oh boy, what does it show? What? Show us, quick. No way, man, not if you're gonna look at me like that.
Now!
Here, this is it. Oh boy. That is Studio 2. That is inside Studio 2.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix! Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor, now it doesn't matter if Salmonella or D. Vasquez had an alibi. If the murder took place in Studio 2, anyone who was there is now implicated, not anyone who wasn't. May I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly, I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Cody said that he fell and stopped falling in this spot where he took this photo. But look, like, that's not a 1, that's a 2. That's a 2 as well. Like, can we just show this? I think it's here.
You seem to be lacking even more confidence than usual.
I suppose it's because I'm not yes, please, Your Honor. Find the inconsistency in the photo. Well, we don't lose any credibility for that, but it must be here then, right? Your Honor, look at this!
I see, a gate.
Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate?
The number?
Oh, it is an S because it's Studio 2. It's not a backwards 2. Okay.
Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like the base of a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor. Correct? I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible!
What's all this about? Please explain so I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in the photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where it took place. Well, it had to take place in Studio 2. Here at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The trailer is there, the path is blocked. The path was blocked, meaning that they couldn't have gone out from there. Right? The trailer is there. That's where everyone had a meeting, in that trailer. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime! The path to the trailer was blocked.
So we have heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in that trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2.
Order!
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard Miss Oldbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did this so he could cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Mr. Jackhammer, stole the costume. No, I have proof. I have proof. You do?
You do, Mr. Wright?
Now that this is a surprise, suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume, the sleeping pills. They were in the employee area, found there. Will Powers fell asleep. If that's the case, that has to be the proof, right? This is it.
An empty, medicine bottle?
I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammers and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills?
The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer.
Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint the bottle.
An idea? Very well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. Exclude the ones that are on it from me from picking it up and handling it, but definitely take those fingerprints from Mr. Powers. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle.
I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of this bottle.
Alright, that's good. Okay. What now?
This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, many things have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai, having been seen by Miss Oldbag, must have been the victim, Jack Hammer, or may have been him at the least. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework.
Mr. Edgeworth. You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension.
Okay, do or die time.
Very well. Court is adjourned.
Not too shabby, Phoenix. Somehow we pulled another day out of the bag. Phew! That was a close one. Well, we were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about three times during the trial. Me too.
Really? You both seem so confident.
Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too.
Dead?
Of course we're kidding.
Are you sure?
I wasn't kidding, Mia. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial.
Right. Thanks.
Okay. So, that's something we've got. Hey. Save your progress. Let's do that. Okay. Let's just also, as well, I remember, done for that. Update the title as needest. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Aw, too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Huh? Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think we've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all we need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. The initial trial? What's that? There's a new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They have so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Yep, we have to move. Let's head to Studio 1. Well, Studio 2. Or just the studio in general. Oh boy, you don't look happy. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think a guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted.
You eat, you die.
Phew! She's alive! Okay. Well, let's talk to you about Mr. Hammer. About Mr. Hammer.
Ah! I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forgive this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
Okay, I was wondering about Diva Skez, the producer?
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way.
She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer?
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
Okay, that's curious. Could I ask you about Salmonella, the director?
Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it does not, Maya. Okay. I would like to present this photo to you. Miss Oldbag?
What? Get that filth out of my sight! And you're claiming that's poor old Hammer in there? And I thought you were such an innocent youth. Bah!
Okay, well, you're not. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna let you stew for a bit. Let's see what we can do here then. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like the director or the producer? Maybe, but that still doesn't explain why he went there. Alright. Hey, Nick! It's Miss Vasquez! Hello? H-E-L-L-O! H-E-L-L-L-O! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she has to say, apparently. Well, great. I want to examine these. Something doesn't look right here. This is where Salmonella and Diva Skez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Yeah, that's what's got me confused. Why is there nothing left on the plate? Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Yeah, but the bone in T-bone steaks. What? Something wrong? I don't know. I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say I really do. Yeah. We've got this van as well. What? A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it pretty good shape. Looks like they'd run fine. Yeah, if you had a license. Yeah. They said that they couldn't find that. Wait. So if the murder happened here, did they take him out of this? Why would they take him out of the? No, they'd have to take him out of this. What? No, it doesn't make sense, because he was found in the evil magistrate costume. So he died in the Steel Samurai costume and then was taken out of it, stuffed into the other one. But if that's the case, that means that the... No, that doesn't make any sense. Because you'd have to line up the murder weapon. You'd have to re-stab him with the spear. Wouldn't you? How would you do that? And then what happened to the costume? An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Yeah. I have a feeling that that the costume was burned to try and get rid of it. But the problem is then... why? The trailer door. It's unlocked. Okay. Let's move inside the trailer, maybe? Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny. Still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Well, you're not that used. No, I just want... Oh, no, I don't want to do any... I want to... alright, we want to head back to outside Studio 1. Let's check the employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. No, no, no! No touching, pal! Ah! Oh, sorry, pal. I didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack! I guess I could be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Anyway, I'm in to examine the plate on the table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof, anyway. Alright. Well, Gumshoe. The investigation. How goes your investigation? To tell you the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. Well, what do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Speaking of him, how is Edgeworth doing anyways? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Yeah, talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles. Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle? Oh, that bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. I found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. Also, like, 6 of yours, but you know. So that means... Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Okay. That's not too bad of a look for us, then. The plate. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? One moment. For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guys gave me some testing solution. This reacts to sleeping pills, see? If there's traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. It looks like it. Alright. Yeah, that's good. But look, you can see the bone from the T-bone steak. It's left over. Alright, then. Alright. Yeah. We don't have anything else that we can look at here. It remains the employees' lunches are scattered around. Everyone was cleaning up. T-bone on one of the plates minus the steak. Yeah. Alright. I guess I know as much about that as you do, pal. I ain't nothing. Alright, so I don't want to present anything to you. Let's check the dressing room. Anything in here? Employee dressing rooms like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? I'm sure Mr. Powers will be back soon. He'll be fine. Yeah. Right. Well, there's not much we can do here. What if... I wonder if we present this to her. Just to be like, hey, shut the fuck up. We do have evidence of it. Miss Oldbag, what do you think of this?
Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much.
What about this? Nope. Okay. Alright then. Well, the only other person we've got then would be Vasquez to try and talk to, but talking to her is like talking to a brick wall. You don't exactly get very far. Mr. Hammer. Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick! She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. What about Will Powers? Mr. Powers wasn't the killer! You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai! I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My Fey blood speaks to me! I know it! I know it! Yeah, Maya, you were also the person who immediately accused Mr. Powers of doing it. I can't trust that. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. Great. Yeah. Oh, we've got nothing in there. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing in there anyway. Is there anything anywhere? Let's try the detention center, see if we can talk to Will.
Oh, Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count.
Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Yeah, we've got to ask you about Mr. Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth?
Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global.
5 years ago? Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez?
Oh, the producer? Well, she's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her to do anything different these days.
Why's that?
Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and
And what?
Nothing. forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
And director? Could you tell me anything about Mr. Manella?
Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high, and all that.
I can imagine him being at a beck and call. Jumping, though? Can't picture him doing that. Yeah. I'm gonna present the bottle.
Excuse me. Thank you for showing me that, whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way to help me. Sorry.
What about this? Nope, nothing there. Here's that picture again.
Is that really Jack Hammer inside that suit?
He's the only one who it could have been.
But why would he?
Yeah, why? You're the medium, why don't you summon up Mr. Hammer's spirit and ask him yourself? Give me about 3 more years. Look at us, the 2 novices. Yeah. Well, that's about all we can really do there. There's nothing more we can do here. Is there anything else we can look at? Yeah, there's like not really much else here. We've got Studio 1 and that's it, right? The gate's still lying there. And they've seen their wisdom at last. They know if they fixed it, I'd just kick it off again. That poor assistant. Anything to talk to you about? No. Can we head into Studio 1? I don't know if we can. No, we can't. Is there anything in here we can examine? It looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They got some figures for how much the set costs. I can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. Anything else? Anything? This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. Anything at all? We've got the posters. Anything here? Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Yeah. An old movie poster. The Singing Samurai starring Jack Hammer. What the hell did samurai sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god! That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Singing Samurai Stars. What's next? Ninja Ballet? Samurai Summer starring Jack Hammer. This poster's quite old. Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. A typical summer romance with a samurai on a horse? And Dynamite Samurai? An old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai starring Jack Hammer. Guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Yeah, looks like it. The glass is frosted. I can't see outside. This far into October, the dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Well, it is, so, you know. Yeah, there's nothing else to do here. Is there anything here we can look at? I don't know. There's still this. Some flowers here. Yeah. We've looked at that already. We've looked at this before. So yeah, that's not a thing. We've looked at everything there, and there, and there. There's nothing to talk to you about. Move. No, we just... Oh, I did it again. In which case, let's try outside here and see if there's anything to examine. We've got the monkey head. The mascot of Global Studios. Apparently its name is Mr. Monkey. Yeah. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. I don't have that card key anymore, so I can't go in there today. I'm bushed. Maybe I'll just sit down here for a bit. This is exactly why I don't want to get old. Ever. Hey! I'm still young. Just tired. Nick, when you start having to say I'm still young, you know it's all over. But I am still young! This is where Cody said he came out from? That's the security. This security camera takes photos of everyone who comes through that gate. It doesn't seem to be switched on today. Studio 2 is down that way. Studio 2, the real scene of the crime. So Nick, how did you figure that out again? Well, actually it's a long story. I'll tell you another time. Aww. Okay then. So, if we can't go there, we have to go here. Examine. Is there anything we can examine here? Computer that runs the studio security cameras, huh? Looks like it's been turned off for the day. Yeah. Security guard station. Mountains of junk food. You can see this computer that runs the security cameras. Is there nothing here that's worth it? The main entrance to the studios. You probably have a police officer on patrol out there. About Mr. Hammer. Maybe we can present the bottle and be like, it's different now? I won't forget this. Oh, she's really pissed this time. But he would never do something. Why would he steal Mr. Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. No, it is possible, because I can prove that it's possible. Is there nothing else? Looks like a studio van. Probably use it to carry around film equipment. Yep. Anything else here? No, there's nothing else in there. The door is not locked. Yeah. Is there anything in the dressing room? Oh, hello! Hi, Penny. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What?! No! Alright, Penny, good to see you. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. Oh no! Also, I heard that Global Studio is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios has decided. Studio policy? Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet. You understand? How can they just do that? How about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true! If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure! Nick, say something! Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. It's gotta be the book, right? And this is... a fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Alright, thank you. I was wondering if we could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the samurai costume too! What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, has some kind of hold on Hammer. She has some dirt on him. He'd do anything she'd say, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a new movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set there, the way it was too. The film set? Was that trailer part of a film set then? Could you tell us about what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had hold on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Vasquez asked him to. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about that? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Yeah. Figured she'd know about it anyway. Let's try and get back to her, see if she'll talk.
What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me?
My old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer!
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? Yeah. We need to talk to her about 5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nichols!
Nichols? Nichols! Penny Nichols? That assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about that accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
But whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun?
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole the costume? Yeah. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof.
What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove?
That's a bottle of sleeping pills, with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it.
What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those on Powers?
Well, how about Powers' meal? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes. So?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on that plate.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag.
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia, see? She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this.
Huh? A photograph? Oh, wait a second. That's...
This is that picture.
Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Old Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy at the top of the stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. Okay. Well, we know someone who we can talk to about this. We need to talk to Powers about this. Oh, you don't know what that is. Okay, never mind. No. Okay, never mind. You know what? We're doing fine, buddy. Everything's fine. Let's try Vasquez then. Though it's always a bad idea to do that, but we might be able to get her to talk. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, Oldbag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. The what? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Okay, then let's move. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh, I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause! You pressured him! And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell out everything for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That's what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove that? Just think. Would he let me have run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident! Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo in the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had that photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me now. What? This is valuable evidence! Boys! Oh, that's not... we've got to start presenting evidence that's of crucial importance to the people it means the most to. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photo so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. Where are we going? So long, friend. Boys, erase away. No! Oh, this is bad. Did we do something wrong? Did we do something wrong? Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal. Gumshoe, you son of a bitch! Your tenacity for actually hiding behind doors and listening to someone's conversation has paid off! D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now! It's still 3v5. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Alright then. Let's go. Gumshoe. Hey, you doing okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice this sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe? Thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just, I've always wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Alright. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Alright. We are getting somewhere. Okay. So Hammer did kill someone? He killed someone on purpose. Vasquez covered it up and then hung it over him? Yeah, she'd have to.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present at the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Now make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down. So to speak. Okay. I entered the trailer, a little after noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Mr. Hammer's body later when we went to when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
I have a question about part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. Okay.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Mick. Let's do it! There's still a lot to question here. You entered the trailer a little before noon. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area at all? No. Are you always this, terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. She's very reserved, she's being very careful with everything she says. She's always in a position of power, so we have to try and make her think she's won. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk about it a bit more. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so I went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Yeah, look at all her responses. Every question we ask her is shot down immediately and blanked out. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those two times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth! I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Let's press that. Hold on! You had Sal take you, but what does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during this time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. I don't think you did. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she's committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak... Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in that what she said. somewhere. We might have an idea. We need to check. Traces in the employee area. The only thing we've got is that T-bone steak, right? No, you didn't. You didn't. Because they're different. They're different. This is the only thing we can think of to show, like... You didn't eat T-bone steaks. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not!
Well, what's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's, a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you, it was a T-bone steak. Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer? Yet there were no bones left on their plates. The plates were bare! Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break! You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator.
I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during that break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai! And we have a very important thing we note here. We note that Cody said that while whoever the Steel Samurai fought was far away, they were slim and male figure-ish. Well, we can't necessarily say for male figure-ish, but definitely slim.
Order! Are you saying...
Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left her trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands!
Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little, presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Mr. Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't, could you? You're trying to fool me into a trap to try and say that that's the only possible option. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha! You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? It's the only logical course of action here.
What is the meaning of this, sir? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Here's proof of something that shows it could be used some other way.
Wrong, Mr. Wright.
But I haven't said anything yet.
I know you well enough by now to know you're going to present the wrong evidence.
I can sense it with due to my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough! It's always sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. Oh, is it the fact that it's broken? It's broken. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action run-through scene? But someone fixed it. That was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. Jump the gun a bit. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, could you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
I can tell you. I can show you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. But very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
Look at this photograph.
Oh, what is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studio. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again! Okay.
Mr. Wright, continue!
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright? Let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died in that trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you claiming that I carried the bodies to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer in the space of a 15-minute break? No, I'm not. You had the van. And you had a lapdog to help you as well. How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
I bet she could move it. You'd be surprised. I bet she could do it. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things.
Mr. Wright, this is not an episode of That's Incredible.
If you claim she did everything in 15 minutes, let me guess. Show me proof. Correct. Show me proof. How am I supposed to do that? Then I won't have you making unsubstantiated claims. Wait a second. How does he know what I'm thinking? Huh. I don't need to look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to reconsider your claim?
She had another way. She could move it. She had another way. That's the same thing. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? That means she could move it! For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
Well, she had another way. That would be the van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it! Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget that it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Mr. Sal Manella was involved. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done all that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? How are you worming out of this one, then? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was... fun. I win? What do you mean by I win? Something's off here. What do you... So, what happens next? Don't me! Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... De Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer! Why does this feel like she's okay with this outcome? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did it? Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle? You proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right! But that is only a possibility. And, as the court states, that the prosecution has to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Will Powers did it. I have just disproved that. Powers is innocent. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What?
Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Oh, Edgeworth hates guilty people! If he believes he's guilty, he's now on our side. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. Gah! What do I do now? You have to testify again, but what... I'd like you to testify again.
Testify again?
Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn it. Damn! It's come so far only to fail now, it's... Mia?
As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez.
Edgeworth?
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. Oh, no. Edgeworth! Edgeworth!
I see. Very well.
Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does that make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see why we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about?
Well, yes. Indeed. Verily, I say... Ergo... I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realizes she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all, that... Edgeworth... He's not after a guilty verdict, he's after guilty people put away. Since he can't determine who is or isn't guilty, he must declare everyone guilty. Since he can be certain that she is, he knows what he needs to do here. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it!" I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Let's do this then. You were with Sal, you were all together. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing anybody's into costumes, mind you. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing anybody's into any costumes? You should try and listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy?
The witness will continue her testimony.
Come on, we gotta find something. Only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and the one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person?
I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue.
I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent. Completely silent. So he stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene.
Sorry, I'm late.
Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick! Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady Old Bag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Old Bag? The security lady? Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seemed to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. A photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there that I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question! Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you. Or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot of writing on it. With all those bigwigs at the meeting, I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who can think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Wait!
Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Edgeworth, you got it! Your Honor, I have an objection to that witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would not be a rehearsal.
Very well, the witness may change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal the director. You have to find something to peg this on her, or everyone that we've done up till now will be wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Yep. It wasn't that. Hammer wasn't injured. It was Will Powers who was injured. Now, what do I have to show that that was the case? Do I have anything else I can use? I only have the photo, right? Gotcha. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers! What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself!
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez! You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but do remember, Your Honor, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah!
And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Order! Order! I will have order!
Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Come on. You've got nothing left. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Who said that this was about that? Why would Hammers go through all the trouble of sneaking around as someone else to go to Studio 2? It was to give himself a false alibi. He planned to make you disappear, to get rid of the dirt on him. Come on.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there was a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
I can't prove it. She had no motive. Nick, no! Saying you can't prove it now would be admitting defeat. She'll get away. But what proof could I possibly have? I don't care if it's impossible. You still have to fight. Oh, okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present the court the evidence of Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. It's the 5-year-old photo. That's why she was so intent on wanting it. This is my proof.
This is the photo from before?
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With de Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, this case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Okay, you're gilding the lily a bit here. Stop that. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, de Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if, as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed de Vasquez and not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor.
What is that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? Edgeworth, how is that a shock to you? Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill de Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him for all these years. So you did it, didn't you? Yes. I'm guilty. It was me. Oh, you're guilty. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah, Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs and... Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. No! How could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No. Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez! No! Please. Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where is de Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
It appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers,
not guilty! Yes! Fantastic.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Well, that's fine for us then. Okay, what are we missing then?
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume, and it's bad enough that he wanted to kill Ms. Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me why. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Okay. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because you were such a big star to the kids. It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kid show, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time.
I think you're missing the point, though.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
Yeah, so am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP!
Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into the sweaty costume and... Is, something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick! It's Edgeworth! Oh, hello, Edgeworth. Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? But that was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right? I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. They know each other more? Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? In what way? Like, platonic, romantic, the past? What happened in your past? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Well, okay then.
Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals! Right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick! Tell me! What's the big deal with you and Edgeworth? Yes, we'd very much like to know as well. And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Hey, they made Pink Princess! Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kinda surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade Cody and that assistant! Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Why not? Why ever not? Huh. The end. Well. Turnabout Samurai is done. A brand new episode has been added. Turnabout 4, Turnabout Goodbye. Well, we'll have a peek. We'll have a peek into this one. Just a peek. A touch, if you will. Oh boy. Turnabout Goodbye is day 1. Well, at least look at the opening. It's been what? 15 years? About that, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. What? You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge. What? Merry Christmas. Huh? Edgeworth? What? Okay. So, that's the thing? Okay. Hey, Nick! Huh? What, yes, what? Do you know if there are any good waterfalls around here? Waterfalls? Dare I ask? Duh, Nick, isn't it obvious? I need a waterfall to stand under, preferably a freezing one. Oh, is this part of your spirit medium training or just a hobby? Well, of course, except I've been slacking off lately. I need to brave the elements to be forged anew under the rushing spring waters. Okay. I don't know about any falls per se, but Gourd Lake is pretty close. Oh, darn. Sorry, but them's the break. Couldn't you just take a cold shower or something? Good idea. So much for rushing spring waters. Next in the news, a large unidentified animal was sighted at Gourd Lake. The town is buzzing with excitement. Locals are calling it Gordy, in a tip to the hat of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Though the namesake Nessie proved to be a hoax, locals are confident that their Gordy is the real deal. Oh, boring. Can't they show real news for a change? Nick? The water pressure's kinda low in that shower. You want more pressure, huh? Why don't you go down to the fire department and have them spray you with the hose? Good idea, Nick. Apparently, Feyblood is no aid in detecting sarcasm. We interrupt this important program to bring you a special news bulletin. Strange occurrences continuing at Gourd Lake, but this time it's murder. Gourd Lake again? The body of a man was found in the lake early this morning. A suspect was apprehended. Sources inside the police department revealed that the suspect's name is Miles Edgeworth, age 24. Edgeworth was an up-and-coming prosecutor known for his skills and connections. He was guaranteed a long and rewarding career, as he'd thrown it all away. Huh? Edgeworth? What's going on? Edgeworth would never do something like... Nick? Maya? The fireman yelled at me when I called him. We've got bigger things to worry about than that. They arrested Edgeworth. What? You mean the prosecutor? Yeah, he's a suspect in a murder. What? But when, where, whom, why, how? I don't know. Let's go find out, Nick. Yep, we have to. Let's go straight for the detention center. Try and see if we can get a hold of Edgeworth to start this. You know, Nick, we've all been in here one time or another, haven't we? Guess it comes with the territory. I'm not sure that's something we should mention to too many people, though. Hey, Edgeworth, come back! What are you doing here? Nick, I don't think he's in a very good mood. Well, he is in detention. Were you in a good mood when you were here? So, you've come to laugh at the fallen attorney. Then laugh. Laugh! Well, why aren't you laughing? Nick, should we be laughing? Nah, it's a trick. Laugh and he'll get mad. Or burst into tears. Edgeworth, we don't have so much free time we can spend to come down laughing. We don't have so much free time we can spend it coming down here to laugh at you. Yes, you do. Actually, he's right, but that's not the point. I hoped you wouldn't come. I didn't want you to see me. Not like this. I don't want to see you like this either, believe me. What happened? Edgeworth, tell me what happened. Why should I? What are you going to do about it? Duh! We're going to help you, that's what! Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous. Sorry? You're a novice. You've only been in 3 trials. Hey! Sure, you got lucky in 1 or 3, but your luck's bound to run out someday. You need real skill, right? Experience. Yeah, and this gets us that. Like, here's the thing. Oh, your luck's bound to run out. So I should take no more cases and still gain experience? That doesn't make any sense. Come on, Edgeworth. Nick, he's insulting you. Nick? Why am I always the one who has to get angry? The murder took place at Gourd Lake, correct? Yes, late last night. The lake is a long way from your offices and the courthouse. What were you doing down there? I see no need to tell you. Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't really... Gordy. Huh? I went to see Gordy. Gordy? What's that? I'll tell you later. Why won't Edgeworth talk to us? Fine. I got one more thing I can do. Your attorney's badge. Edgeworth, let me defend you. Good one, Wright. But I'm not that hard up. Not yet. What do you mean by that? Me? Trust a wet behind the ears lawyer with only 3 trials under his belt? Never. But what? My case is near hopeless, Wright. Every defense attorney I've talked to has turned me down. What? Simply put, they were afraid they'd lose. It occurred to me that it might be my fault that they lack confidence. After all, I did every single one of their clients. I did get every single one of their clients declared guilty. I don't believe it. Regardless, I don't want you involved in this. You, in particular, I cannot ask to do this. Oh, fine. Let's head down there. See if we can figure anything out ourselves. This is where it happened? Yeah. Gourd Lake is in the middle of this park. I can see some police walking around in there. Questioning people, probably. Hey! Isn't that Detective Gumshoe over there?
Well, pal? Is there enough of us here? Anyone found anything?
Sorry, sir. Nothing.
Idiot! The trial's tomorrow! We need clues on the double!
But sir, there weren't any clues. That's why we arrested that attorney, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear, sir. He's the one who...
Shut up! Just you try saying that again, pal. I'll make you sorry if you do. So just get out of my face, pal.
Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe's kind of scary today.
Recruits. Peh. Ah! Hey, you're that Harry guy, Harry Butts!
Right. Phoenix Wright. Will he ever learn my name?
Hey, just what are you doing here, pal? Investigating?
Huh? Well, yes, I suppose.
Well, I'm glad you're here to help. Ask me anything you want. Bring it.
He seems different than usual. I wonder what's up. Mr. Edgeworth hasn't actually asked us to defend him yet.
Huh? Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, I gotta ask. What happened? Detective Gumshoe? Do you know what happened here?
Huh? You don't know, pal?
No.
Wow, okay. Mr. Head and the fluffy pink cloud's lawyer?
Head in the... Huh?
Never mind, I'll tell you. It happened last night about 15 minutes after midnight. There was a boat out on Gold Lake. In that boat were 2 men. One of these men shot the other with a pistol.
And the shooter was Mr. Edgeworth?
A cop who arrived on the scene arrested him.
How did they get there so fast?
Well, there was a witness. When the report came in, we raced to the lake.
A witness? Oh, I didn't want to hit that one. Is it true? No one will take Mr. Edgeworth's case?
Yeah, he's a bit of a celebrity. If you defended him and you lost, your reputation would be sure to suffer. What's more, the case against him is... oh, it's pretty solid.
I suppose it would be if they have a witness.
Hey, pal! Don't tell me you're going to turn your back on him, too! Remember the Steel Samurai case? Mr. Edgeworth helped you get your client declared innocent.
I know. I went to Edgeworth. I tried. He really doesn't want us to represent him. Especially not us, he said.
What? Well, that doesn't make any sense, pal. You should have heard him talk to you after that trial. He kept saying, right, over and over.
Huh? Nick? I'm not sure that's a good sign. Neither am I.
Why wouldn't he want your help? I don't get it.
Yeah, I want to know about the... we'll talk about Edgeworth then. You don't think Mr. Edgeworth is a murderer, do you?
Absolutely not. It's impossible. I don't care if there's a witness either. I don't believe a lick of it.
Right. Who cares what a witness says?
I care!
You really believe in him, don't you, Detective?
Of course I do. But the police are pretty sure he's the killer. Nobody's even really taking this investigation that seriously.
Oh, no.
After all the help Mr. Edgeworth has been to us, hard to imagine that no one's standing up to take his side.
Well, at least you are, Detective. At least you are. That's very true. Now let's hear about this witness. Who is this witness?
Sorry, pal. That's confidential. Anyway, the witness saw everything, apparently. I'm sure they'll turn up at the trial tomorrow.
Was there only that one witness?
Yep. It was pretty cold out on the lake last night. And it was Christmas Eve after all. Still, we're being thorough. You never know when you're gonna turn up another witness. That's why we're here checking things out. So far, we're, coming up empty.
Oh, it's Christmas today. I'd forgotten. What are you getting me for Christmas, Nick? Talk to Santa.
Detective Gumshoe, sir? What is it? You find something, pal?
No, sir, not yet. But there was a call from the precinct. They want to hold an investigation briefing.
Briefing, huh? Right, I'm off. Oh, sorry, pal. Guess you would. I gotta go. Any last things you want to talk to me about before I head back? Oh, the autopsy report.
Well, yes. Do you have any information on the victim?
Sorry. They haven't worked up the autopsy report yet. I'm still waiting for it myself. Actually, say, if you get the time, drop by the precinct. We can talk more there, pal.
You're not coming back, Detective?
Probably not, pal.
So what should we do if we have something to talk to you about?
Alright. Here. I'll show you how to get to the precinct. Come down and see me anytime.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Wait, what is it, pal?
We'd like to take a look around the park. Can we walk around?
Yeah, no problem, pal. You got my permission.
You know, Nick, I think there's something to be said for talking to people when they're busy. Yeah, they don't have time to think about not giving you information. Right, now let's get to investigating. Alright, let's go for it then. Let us do that indeed. Public beach. There's one other thing we have to do here. Case for day 1. Done. Okay, there we go. Just update that. Everything all sorted and squared away. And oh, thinking is yeah, we have to hang on. Just there we are. Back to the lake. Wowzers! This is Gold Lake? Yep. I'm not sure it warrants a wowzers though. Probably not. But hey, look at that snack stand. Samurai dogs? I want a samurai dog. Please. I bet they're great. With a name like Samurai Dog, how could they not be? They're a little behind the times though. The kids are all into the pink princess now. I mean, like, you know? Not a clue. Let's move then. We've got a boat rental shop. Well, it might be worth checking out a boat rental shop considering that there were boats that were used apparently. Must be something here. Did someone rent a boat super late at night? Nick, what is this place? Well, it's a boat rental shop. Closed for Christmas, it seems. So if there's no one here, then someone could have just taken a boat at any time. I guess a murder taking place on one of the boats won't be good for business either. Boats? You know, I've never ridden on a boat. Really? Well, how about we go out on one when the trial is finished? Hey, good idea. You bet. Well, there's nothing here then. Surprised that there's not people investigating this area. We'll have to head on this way. Is that a microphone and a camera? And the microphone seems to be connected to the camera? What is that? No camping, said the person. Oh boy. Probably shouldn't have put your car right where it says no camping, because there's just no camping there now. Oh boy. I like it here, Nick. Look, someone's camping! It literally says no camping here. Oh boy. They've got guts camping at the scene of a murder. Hey, Nick! If they were camping here last night, they might know about something about the murder. That's true. Good call, Maya. Let's go talk to them. Examine. This is the thing we want to examine here. Hey, Nick! What, don't tell me you're hungry again. No. I was just wondering, why are camping pots and pans made of aluminium? Well, they didn't talk about any of that in the law books. So there's no law saying they have to be made out of aluminium, then? I'm not having this conversation. There's food and some magazines on the sheet. Takes a pretty tough skin to camp in this cold. Yeah. It's more about this camera that we're interested in. Hey, Nick! Check out this camera! Yeah. What's with that big mic that's on the box on top, I wonder? Looks like some sort of automatic system for taking a photo when a noise is heard. Wow! Hey, let's see if it works! Hi, I'm Nick! Maybe I'm not saying it loud enough. Yo, I'm Nick! Huh. Nick! Would you stop that? I think it's broken, Nick. Don't kick it. Must not be set up to respond to voices.
Yeah. Oh. Anything else we can get about from this? This SUV has seen better days. It's dented all over. I can't believe anyone would drive their car down here. Or be able to do so. There's a sign that says no camping. Funny place to pitch your tent. Wait, if that sign says no setting tents on fire, what if that tent said no setting tents on fire? I don't think they have signs like that. Oh. Well, I gotta try and find whoever was there. We haven't got any signs there. Anything we can examine here, maybe? Anything at all? A lineup of plastic benches. I guess the idea is you buy a dog and eat it here. I thought anyone would sit here and eat it on a day like this, though. Except maybe Maya, if she had a samurai dog. Yeah. Okay, let's move then. Is there anything in the boat rental shop, perhaps? A small boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone is around. They're probably closed because it's Christmas. Yeah. There's some boats all floating at the dock. Was one of these boats used in the murder, I wonder? Nick? Huh? I changed my mind. I don't really want to go for a boat ride. Alright, that's fine. So we've got no way of going in here. There's more forest off that way. I doubt I'd find any helpful clues in there. Alright then. Let's leave. The only other place we can head then would be back to the Criminal Affairs Department. Okay. Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here. Something wrong, miss? Turning yourself in? Okay, what did you do? Shoplifting? Larceny? Public indecency? No, none of those things! We're looking for Detective Gumshoe. Is he around? Gumshoe? Oh, yeah. He's in a meeting right now. I don't think he'll be out anytime soon. Okay, we'll come back. You do that. Oh, and go straight home and stay out of trouble. No more shoplifting, you got that? Do I look like a criminal or something? No, well, he's still in there. Yeah. Did you do it? Edgeworth, this is really hard for me to ask. But you didn't do it, right? Right? Think what you will. I have only one request. Huh? Stay out of this case. Why? But Nick is trying to help you. I know. I know that. But I don't want your help, okay? Why not? Look, just go away and leave me alone. Nick. Mr. Edgeworth did it, didn't he? Maya, let's go investigate elsewhere. But Nick... Yeah, okay. Well, what else have we really got to do? Is there anything else? Did we miss something at the lake or something? Anything here? No, we explored all of this, and all of this. All of that. I guess probably check here. The trees grow quite thick here. Further back, the trees fade into the shadow where the sunlight can't even reach them. Yeah, okay. Nothing there. Anything here, maybe? Anything? The trash can is empty. At least the place is well maintained. Huh. I almost didn't see that signpost. Left to the boat docks, right is the exit. Wow, Gold Lake is really big. Yeah, it is. Say, Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake? Oh, well, a long time ago they used to grow gourds here. Whoa, no way! I was sure it was because the lake looked like a gourd when viewed from above. You know, like an hourglass shape? Well, it is shaped like a gourd actually, but that's just a coincidence. Oh, okay. Huh. The universe has a strange way of keeping secrets. A hot dog stand. Closed. Christmas fringe looks a bit half-baked. This banner reads Samurai Dogs. Somebody needs to redecorate this. So yeah, there's just nothing here. We've got nothing here. We just been here, so let's head out from here. There's nothing here, so... Guess we'll check back here. Nope, nothing here. Talk. Any ideas? Well, got any good ideas? Not really. I do my best kind of thinking when I'm standing underneath a waterfall. What to do? Well, what should we do? What do you mean? Let's investigate. We should talk to Mr. Edgeworth and check out the crime scene. You're right. We do need more information. Save aimlessness and confusion for later. Alright. Yeah. We don't have anything else, though. Like, we just got here that we can examine. Okay, let's do that. Sign says Gold Lake Nature Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekends. But no waterfall. Not many picnickers come for spirit training, Maya. I feel winter's chill from the bare leaf trees today. What is it about winter that turns people into poets? I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel numb. Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. Interesting. Very interesting. We shall have to look into this poetry sort of thing. Is there anything else here? It appears not. We've only got here the boat rental shop. Where can we move from here? We can't go anywhere there, so we go this way. Move. Back here. Move. Can we do anything else? There appears to be nothing else. What is it we're missing then? There's nothing here whatsoever. Okay. So if that's the case then, we just gotta examine the Criminal Affairs Department, maybe? No, we haven't got anything else we can do. These are detective desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, I thought they'd be a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Yeah. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Gold Lake? Gordy sighted? I don't believe it! Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Ay. Okay. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Your mom could see you, your mom could see you now, your mom could see you know she'd be crying. A break, spit in, out, you lowlife scum. You must be doing image training for recognition, for interrogations? That's strange. Well, I think we've... What is that? Hey, it's that police department's mascot? That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's my mascot. I see. How nice. I'll get him assigned mascot of the Criminal Affairs Department if it's the last thing I do. Good luck. Okay, well, I think then the only other place we've got is the detention center, and we've got nothing to do there. So it appears we are once again running around in circles. Is there any option for anything we could do? Because we already did this. Let's see if it works. Cough. It's not set up for that. Yeah, there's still nothing here, though. Okay. Well, then, let's go ahead and... Is there anything else left to even examine here? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all, so... Yeah, nothing there. Move. Back to Gold Lake. Move. Back to... No, that's the rental shop. Where... there's gotta be something here we're missing, surely. Surely somewhere. Anywhere? Let's go back to the entrance. Let's just... No, we've already done that. There's nothing here. Yeah, there's nothing there. So we are now somewhat at a loss for where to possibly go at this point. Unfortunate. Still, though, perhaps it may be a case to take some time and take a moment to reflect on this. This has been quite a reasonably long stream, so we could always come back and pick this up next time. That sounds like quite a reasonable idea. So, that is what we will go ahead and do then. We'll go ahead and move that on over, because for now, that sounds like a good place to stop, as it were. So, that's exactly what we'll go ahead and do. It seems like the simplest solution to the problem anyway. Next time, what will we be doing? Well, hopefully we'll be able to uncover some more information, get some more details and all that good stuff, because Edgeworth is now a killer. That's fun. Which means next time, we'll have some fun there. However, for now, we'll end things off here. Our name has been Ultrasonic Blur. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you all next time. But until then, take care.